Hello everyone, it's Pluto here. Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be discussing the new Wizard101 Nightmare Dungeon that is to be released next month, in the month of January. The new gear in Walaru, the Dream Reaver gear for all schools, the hat, robe, boots, and wand will be dropping from this dungeon, and we got some new information from community manager Kyle Ice Wielder about this dungeon, and I think it's exciting. Let's just jump right into it. So the first little information that we got was actually when the test realm spoiler wall came down. We found out that a new dungeon was going to be released called the Nightmare Dungeon, and unfortunately they weren't able to release it right away. This is due to apparently some new mechanics that they were working on for the dungeon, and they weren't able to fix them. We got a little bit of insight about what those new mechanics might be, but we will get to that. But I think it's super cool that they're releasing that new dungeon, that they're going to be making basically a separate dungeon for gear, and it's a dungeon. We haven't had a good Wizard101 dungeon since like the Catacombs, if you even count that. Honestly, I would compare it to Darkmoor. Really was the last time we had a major dungeon in this game, was Darkmoor. Darkmoor is one of the major dungeons in Wizard101. You go here at level 100. It is pretty much a staple of the game. Pretty much everyone that's ever played Wizard101 knows about Darkmoor and has had experiences in Darkmoor, whether that's lucky experiences or unlucky experiences. That's up to you to decide. But everyone has had that experience farming, or at least if you've been able to make it past the paywall and played Wizard101 up until level 100. Most people that have gotten to level 100 have had experiences farming here. And I would compare this new Walaru dungeon to maybe being the next Darkmoor. It could be, because when you look at some of the things that people are talking about with this dungeon, the hype around it has been insane. There's been many videos on it, and people have been excited about it. Even just like the new gear in itself is crazy. It's insanely powerful. It's the best gear in the game. You get 4 pieces of gear, much like Darkmoor. Darkmoor, really, you only farmed this dungeon for the hat, robe, and boots. The wands weren't even that good. So it's pretty insane that we're getting a new dungeon in Wiz. I hope that it's a dungeon. I hope that it's a long, grindy dungeon. Do you have to farm it? I hope it's I hope there is a pity system. It might just be the dream water again. I would imagine it would be the dream water again. I would not be surprised. But I'm super excited about it. Furthermore, I wanted to get into something the community manager for Wizard101, Kyle Ice Wielder, has said about this new dungeon. Kyle Ice Wielder says that the new dungeon is going to be like a raid. It's not going to have a 12-player minimum like a raid does. You'll still be able to access it in a sigil with 4 players, but the mechanics are going to be like a raid. Now, notably, there will not be a time limit, but it's just to theorize basically what this mechanics should be. And like a raid, immediately I think of certain mechanics from raids that could be implemented, such as advanced combat. Snake turn order might be something that we see in this dungeon, a snake turn order. Maybe this dungeon you are required to do it with advanced combat. That would be certainly interesting. I would very much like that. That would be really awesome. So again, we're going to have this new dungeon, and it's going to be like a raid. So hopefully it's going to be more than just defeat enemy, defeat X enemy, defeat X enemy. You actually have to do puzzles. I've heard comparisons that it might be like the Labyrinth in Dragonspire. I believe Cam said it might be like the Labyrinth, which the Labyrinth is pretty cool. I would hope that it's more puzzly. I would like a puzzly dungeon where you have to solve certain mysteries, I guess, maybe like puzzles, I guess, and you have to solve them, and then you have to defeat enemies, and they are hard enemies. They're very hard, and then they drop the best gear in the game. I would just love that. Could this dungeon be the next Darkmoor? It might be. I don't know if it'll have the same height Darkmoor did back in the day, but we'll just have to see how it all plays out, how the dungeon works, and you can definitely expect content on it. I will definitely probably be streaming it when it comes out, and I will be farming it and getting the best gear in the game for Storm. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and please subscribe. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. Please help me get to 300. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.